got an exciting video really excited about delivering to you guys a video about what to do with this passport that you have now. Like, now that you got your passport, what really is a plan B? And a plan B just isn't having a passport. Oh, calamity happens, I'm in Jamaica, now what? And then if Jamaica is only your plan B, their phrase is, if the United States sneezes, Jamaica gets a cold, right? So you're probably sick too. And you know, if you're a US citizen, a lot of us, the Jamaican diaspora are US citizens too, the dual citizens. So I wanted to make this video. This video also would help people who are, you know, wealth building, wealthily minded, we'll use that as a word, in anywhere, and even if they're just Jamaican. So what I'm gonna do is, Jamaica has visa-free travel to 87 countries. And I'm gonna use those 87 countries to build an offshore Plan B wealth protection strategy. This took some time because as a US citizen first, I have the whole, not the whole world, but a good chunk of the world as my oyster to pick from. So to take some of those options out and put together sort of a strategy with lesser options was very fun. And I think I can help a lot of people out who aren't thinking about things like this. And I think it helps Jamaica out because people are gonna say, we got 87, Trinidad is over 100. Caribbean is famous, the Caribbean is famous for having very good passports. Why is Jamaica, I think, the second worst? It can apply pressure, and now my passport gets better because people are like, hey, why can't we go to the Cayman Islands? Why can't we go here? Why can't we go there? I think it'll be good because it'll show that Jamaicans are wealth-minded, thinking about building wealth, and these are people you want to come to your country and do business. You feel me? So in today's video, the strategies are going to be, in today's video, offshore gold storage, gold and other bullion. So I might just say gold, but this applies to other bullion like silver, platinum, whatever. So I'm just going to say offshore gold storage to keep everything easy peasy and banking. So with these 87 countries, where can we go that is, I think is a world-class place to go, but also get you some diversification outside of just the Caribbean. So we're gonna get started with offshore gold storage, and I'm gonna give you guys 3 countries that I enjoy, and then we're gonna go to, not enjoy, but I think will be good places for you to consider. This is just for fun, a pet project for me. This is the type of thing that I like to nerd out on, so it's nothing that is financial advice. This is just looking at it and what I would do with just these 87 countries. And then I'm gonna do the same ABC with banking. And if this video catches on, I might do, invest in other things like that. So we're just gonna start with offshore gold storage. Remember, gold means bullion. So we're looking at the 87 countries, right? We're already in the Caribbean, so I'm not really too worried about getting into the Caribbean, but I am, before I get started, I am mad because number 2 on this list would be the Cayman Islands if they were available. It wouldn't be number 1 because I don't think it beats out number 1 in, diversification, but having that place 45-minute plane ride away where you have your gold, you can go pick up 10 1-ounce gold coins and then take a plane and go anywhere else in the world. If something were to happen, it's powerful. So I just want to put that there. So hey, I don't know, is it Pika? I don't know who it is. Hey, let us get some access to the Cayman Islands. We got some Jamaicans who really want to invest. Okay, so number 1 is Singapore. Singapore, I believe Crazy Rich Asians is about Singapore. Singapore is a wealth hub for the world. It might be the most friendly place to capital in the world. And it's somebody who has capital to deploy. You want to put your capital in capital-friendly jurisdictions. So I look at a company like, let's say, Bullion Star. Not a suggestion, but let's look at it. Bullion Star, you can open a bank account It's not a bank account, it's a bullion account. You can open an account to store your gold over there with rates that are actually superior to the, what you can find in the Cayman Islands. And you could do it today. Why is that important? If your plan B is Jamaica, that means you're gonna hold some Jamaican dollars. Let's say something happens and you have to abandon the US or the UK or wherever you're at, and you're only Jamaican now. You're gonna have that whole currency that the central bank wants to inflate at 6%. So at 6% inflation, you know what that means? That means if you invest 10,000 British pounds today, 12 years later, it's only worth 5,000. That's crazy, that's not sustainable. So anything above the money you need to pay your bills and your emergency fund, you should really have it working for you. Or if there's no good investment opportunities, and that's what really gold is for, if there's no real good investment opportunities, you can sit in gold until these good investment opportunities come about and not lose your purchasing power due to inflation. So with a company like Bullion Store, you can open your account today. You got 6%, that's their target. That means they're gonna miss. You got 6% inflation today. Over that right now, you can open this account tonight and buy some 1 ounce gold coin right now. A 1 ounce gold coin is probably close to $2,000. If you need to get started and you can't do the whole $2,000, I wouldn't recommend anything less than a 1/4 ounce because there's a premium on it. So like the smaller you get, the less discount you get. So like anything less than a 1/4 ounce is really not really worth it. You want to buy like Canadian maple leaves. You only want to buy like numismatic coins, which is like collector coins. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk more about Singapore. So with a Bullion Star account, because you have visa-free access, you can go to Singapore. They'll give you your deposit. You have to arrange to pick it up, but you can go there, pick your gold up, and catch a flight and go somewhere else. It allows you to go check out the facility. If you're not comfortable opening it today, you can book a flight, go to Singapore, enjoy yourself, and check out the Bullion Star facility and say, hey, I like this. This is a place I think I feel comfortable putting my money. So you got a well-friendly place, a place that's easy to do business, and this is probably the most important thing. They give you a market. So like, yeah, you have 10 gold coins in Switzerland or, Azerbaijan. If you don't have anybody who you can sell them to, or if you have 10 gold coins in Jamaica, you don't have anybody who you can offload those gold coins to, it's not that valuable because you can't really buy. The face value of these coins is like $50, $100, 100 of that currency. It's not worth actually spending it. You might spend $2,000 coin. If you took it to the store, you can buy $100 worth of stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth spending those coins. So it's like, if you can't convert that coin back into cash when you need it, it's not really that valuable as a tool for people who aren't preparing for doomsday. If you see that inflation is a thing and you just want to protect yourself from inflation, that's what this is for. If you think it's doomsday, put that stuff under your mattress or whatever. That's not really what I'm here for. I'm for a strategy. Things happen, and how do you protect yourself? So you can put yourself in Singapore. They provide a marketplace for you. This is kind of cheating, but if you wanted to, you could store your money in their vault in New Zealand. Even though you wouldn't have visa-free access to go pick it up, that is an option. And I picked Singapore because they're well-friendly. You're outside of the jurisdiction of the United States. The United States is going to be limited by how much they can influence Singapore because China is going to want them playing in their backyard. So the world powers are fighting against each other. Singapore is friendly with anybody, but China is not going to let them get too friendly with the US. So the United States sneezes, Singapore doesn't catch a cold. So you have your money out there protected from geopolitical things. So now you're in this very Western focused sphere, because a lot of us are either American, just straight up only Jamaican, or British, or English. I don't know, I didn't want to offend anybody, but so that's what a lot of us are. So now they get you out of that right away, tonight, if you wanted to. If you felt so inclined, you could do it tonight. Get yourself where you have some money outside of the Western sphere of influence. So that's why I picked Singapore, because number one, I think it probably is the best place for it. Check out Bullion Store. There's other vaults there, but Bullion Store can open an account with that and do it right away. And I think it'd be easy for a lot of people to figure out how it works. So I like them, and I think it might be the best place to store wealth in the world. You don't have to worry about somebody coming and taking it or anything like that. So number 2, and that gets us into Asia. So now we were just in Jamaica, or we were just in the United States. Now we're in the Jamaica, United States, and Asia. And now we're in UK, Jamaica, and Asia. Just like that tonight. There's power behind this. And you got your gold over there. And if you're an American, you don't have to worry about, sometimes in America, they want to take your gold and you don't have it. It's overseas. So number 2, Israel. I don't really have a recommendation here. There might be one when the article comes out next week. But I don't have a personal recommendation for here, but it's a place you could consider. It would get you in, we'll just use Jamaica, so it gets you in Jamaica and the Middle East. It gets you a foothold in the Middle East. It's a place that's off the radar for most wealth places. This is where I would actually put the Cayman Islands if we had access to it. I would put that as number 2. But this place gets you the Middle East. It's a place no one's really thinking about. It allows you to use that visa-free travel to Israel, and gets you out of, like, this one is more U.S. influence, even though they do play nice with Russia. It's a happy middle ground. They're going to do what's best for them, but there is U.S. influence there a lot more than you're going to find in, like, a Singapore. And then third is going to be Panama. Panama, you know, banking hub of Central and South America, probably the finance hub of Central. That's probably Central and South America, like New York City, kind of. Like, it's a banking hub, there's a lot going on. They're used to dealing with foreigners, you can open remote accounts. So it's easy, and this one is closer to Jamaica, so if you need to be close to your money, this is probably out of the best one you can get, because it's a short flight to get there. If you can, but this wouldn't make the list if we can get to the Caymans, but if you need to get to your money, Panama is gonna be the best one for you, but like, in terms of actual jurisdictions and keep your money, I think it's going to be the last one. That's going to make the list. Going to be 3, and wouldn't make the list if we can get to the Caymans. And I think this is really important again if you are a Jamaican and you have to worry about the inflation either way. You got to worry about it in America and stuff, but if part of your plan B is going to be Jamaica, you don't want to hold too many Jamaican dollars. So even if you don't want to do multiple citizenships and all that stuff, you know somebody in Jamaica, let them know about that. And so we're going to get into the sexy part of it now. What everyone is real excited about, you know, what's all the movies about, is the foreign bank account. So here we go. So we're here. This is the part that's sexy to everybody, you know, international bank account, you know. You take a trip with a lady, instead of flying her out, you both fly out somewhere, you go to Colombia, y'all about to go out that night, you hit your Colombian bank account, take a couple dollars, she sees you at the bank taking the money out, she thinks you're an international man of mystery and she just loves you forever. Like, this is the part that gets everybody going, the international bank accounts, but like, it is very sexy, but this is a real practical tool that you can use to protect yourself. And it doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. You can be on a trip in Europe, and on that trip, your NTB account doesn't work. I don't even care. I got this account. I'm not even worried. I'm gonna switch to MMB when I get back. So let's look at this list. On this list, tell me where you think I'm about to pick. You probably can't even think about the place I'm about to pick. It is Armenia. So now we're in the Middle East and Asia, if you're using my number 1 picks. So why did I pick Armenia? Armenia does not follow the CRS, which is the Common Reporting Standard. Do your homework on that on your own time. I don't want to bog this video down with that. You can get 8 to 10% on deposits. If you can afford the flight to Armenia, you can afford to open a bank account there. There's like no minimums really. And with the no CRS, you have some semblance of privacy with your bank account. It gets you, because look at the strategy now. I'm gonna pull it back up. You're now in Asia and you're in the Caribbean with the Jamaican. So you're in Singapore specifically and Jamaica. Those are not landed nations. So I think while out of all the jurisdictions that you see, because part of my strategy was to get out of the Caribbean, get out of the Caribbean, get out of the thumb of Jamaica, get out of the thumb of CARICOM, get some diversification away. While there are some strong bank accounts in the Caribbean, they are watched like hawks, really. So this gets you a bank account that is far off the beaten path, that you really don't have to worry about anybody carrying them out now, or maybe they probably won't care for years to come. So you get your Armenian bank account, you can store different currencies in there, and it's going to be really, really a good place to put your money, because you're diversified now in Asia and the Middle East, and nobody's really worrying about it. There's a semblance of privacy. They want people to put money there, and you are somebody who has money. So instead of just having your money in Jamaica, you can store, pounds in Armenia, in your Armenian bank account, and you're just so much more protected worldwide with this account. All right, so let's look at the list. We are looking at the list of the countries, and I just want to put out there that I put a lot in the Caribbean because we're already in the Caribbean. Jamaicans have the ability to open bank accounts easily in the Caribbean because they're CARICOM members. They're allowed to work in the other CARICOM countries. So it's kind of commonplace to figure that stuff out. So part of my criteria was sort of opening people's ideas in mind up to new places. So if I offended you and you want me to put a Caribbean place, leave that comment down below. If you think this list is trash, leave a comment down below. But number 2 for this list is going to be Panama. I think Panama is a great jurisdiction for people who are foreigners. They're used to dealing with foreigners. Like, your Jamaican passport isn't going to throw a loop into anybody. They're usually seeing all types of crazy passports. They're not going to look down on you because you're not an American, like some places, or some people might feel that, like, if you're not an American or UK and Australian, the tier 1 quote unquote country, people don't look down on you. Nobody cares. You can open a bank account remotely. You never even have to go to Panama if you don't want to. So Armenia, you have the ability to open it as a non-resident, which is extremely rare nowadays. So let's not poo-poo on Armenia. Armenia is number 1 for a reason. Panama, you don't have to go there. You do have to go to Armenia. You don't have to go to Panama. So if you didn't want to leave Jamaica, you can have a bank account in Panama, very close to you, within a short flight. And also, what you have to know is Panama Papers and those types of things, Panamanian bank accounts are seen as tax avoidy. So you have to possibly contend with stuff like that, having a Panamanian bank account, just like perception if you're like a public figure or something like that watching this video, which if you are, share it with your team. So just keep in mind, stuff like that. And number 3 is Malaysia. Strong tax jurisdictions. You can get a residency visa. I didn't want to touch too much on that in this video. If you guys like this one, I can do real estate in those places that you can get to with just a Jamaican passport that I think are good, like real estate investments, have good residency programs, places that I think you can go visit and get comfortable with. Because I think a residency is something very personal. You have to feel comfortable with that place. So if you guys like this video, leave a lot of comments, leave a lot of likes, and I'll do that next video. So let's bring up the list again. So with your Jamaican passport, you're now in the Caribbean. You now have your wealth stored, your gold stored in Asia with Singapore. You now have the Middle East, your bank accounts over there. So now you have, if you're a dual citizen of Jamaica, because you did a citizenship by descent, like you have, American citizenship, Jamaican citizenship, so you're diversified in that way. You have your Armenian bank account, you have your wealth and gold stored in Asia, in Singapore. So now you have to have 4 jurisdictions fall apart for your life to fall apart. Whereas if you're just an American, which is why I implore everybody who is Jamaican or has like a close ancestor to do it, now you have 2 with just your Jamaican passport. So I'm trying to help you make it to 4. So now you need 4 places to fall apart for your money, your life to completely fall apart. The chances of that happening get smaller and smaller and smaller. Jamaica can fall apart, the United States can fall apart, Singapore can fall apart, Armenia can fall apart. But all 4 of them happen at the same time for you, probably not going to happen unless you become an international person as just like a persona non grata internationally, like you become a pirate or something like that. No, like look at like piracy is a big thing internationally. Like unless you become a pirate, that's probably not going to happen. So I don't want to get into doomsday things. Like let's just look practically. You are practically have wealth secured throughout the world. It's a good feeling to know like you see something going on in Jamaica. United States sneezes, Jamaica catches the cold. You don't have to worry about that. Singapore doesn't catch the cold. Armenia doesn't catch the cold. The United States sneezes, so you're protected. Let's bring up the list again because I want to talk about two things. I touched on it a little bit. New Zealand. If you open a Bullion Star account, you can easily store your wealth in Oceania. So it's cheating, but you can do it easily. But you can't go there with just your Jamaican passport. But New Zealand is a good place to store wealth. I had to talk about it. And dishonorable mention, the United States is one of the easiest places for non-foreign residents to open a bank account. I just want to put that out there. I know it's places that you can get to visa-free as an as a Jamaican, but I just want to put that out there because I know a lot of Jamaicans have interest in that. But it's one of the easiest places to do it. So I just want to put that out there, but just looking at the list, I think we've done really well with a passport that is not a tier A passport, tier B passport. It might be like a tier 3, tier C passport. Like, it's not the best passport. On your flight to, I want to talk to you guys again. Like on your flight to Armenia, you can open your Bullion Star account. Like that's how easy this stuff is. Like you do not have to wait. You don't have to wait for the bad day to come. It's just a smart thing to do. It's not doom and gloom. This isn't doom and gloom stuff. International diversification is what you should do for your family regardless. Like on your flight to Armenia, you can open a Bullion Star account. That's how easy this stuff is. You can open up your Armenian bank account in a couple days, get your debit card, fly back, and your gold will probably already be in your Bullion Star account by the time you get back to Jamaica. That's how easy this stuff is. I just want to put that out there because I'm passionate about helping, my Jamaican people with the things that I know. I'm an MBA, finance and these things click for me and they don't click for everybody else. And if it doesn't click for somebody but they have the will or the means to do it, they probably would do it. They just didn't know it was an option. Probably most people didn't know you can open an Armenian bank account. And I'm just wanting to come here and share that with you because I'm passionate about my people. So if you like this, leave a comment. If you want to see the part 2, leave a comment. If you think the list sucks, leave a comment. Just leave a comment, like, share. This information works for people who are just Jamaican. So like your mom or your grandma might still over there, like, hey mom, grandma, we're gonna go to Armenia. Hey mom, grandma, we're gonna take some of that cash you got sitting in your bank account. We're gonna turn it into 2 or 3, 4 gold coins, and we're just gonna sit on that until this inflation craziness goes away. So if you like this, again, share it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. There's going to be an article depending on when you see this in the link below. The article should come out by the time you guys see it. But if not, just check back and read the article that is accompanying this. And I just wanted to sign out. And thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. See you guys soon.